What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I hope you like this video. This is the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, season 4, episode 9. So we start this episode off. We have Monica and Angie meeting up, so they can sort of clear the air after what happened down to the Greek Easter. Now, Angie said, "Listen, Lisa told me that you were making comments about my husband's performance in the bedroom as it relates to these rumors of him being with other men." And Monica was like, whoa, hold up. She said, "I did speak about your husband having boyfriends, but I never spoke about what his performance was in the bedroom. So like things are being repeated to you that are not true, that are not accurate, and then I'm getting the brunt of what's going on." And Angie was like, "Yeah, Lisa said that, basically you were the one that said the rumor, even though Meredith threatened, you were the one that actually said it." And Angie was like, Monica was like, "Listen, at the end of the day, I feel like I'm getting the brunt of, and I'm the one that was actually trying to be your friend. I was the one that was actually trying to have your back and let you know what is being said about you. And I just feel like, I'm getting the brunt of it. And Lisa is repeating things that just aren't accurate. Like, it's not me." So then we get a little bit more information on Monica and her husband, who she cheated on. She said, "Listen, that was the first time that my kids have really been at a family function since, me and my husband split." She said, "My husband was the one with the family. My husband was the one with the big house, the family, house and the family gatherings for holidays and stuff." And she said, "I just don't have that anymore. And so that really meant a lot to me. And I really hated how it all went down." She said, "Now my mom has been coming around since, my husband and I separated, but it usually ends up with us arguing or us fighting." Let me say this, because I'm going to probably forget to say this later on, because I honestly, I went back and forth in this episode as it relates to Monica and her relationship with her mother. There's a part of me that feels like a lot of it is performative. Not saying that her and her mother don't have a complicated relationship, because I believe that they do. But like last week, that whole scene last week, it was funny, but it was a lot. And in hindsight, I really thought about it, and I was like, that just seemed very performative, right? But then the flip side of me is like, I know people who have had these types of relationships with their parents. And you spend your whole life trying to get your parents' acceptance, approval, attention, even as an adult. So, later on in the episode, Lisa asked Monica, "Well, if your mom is so horrible, why did you bring her to Easter dinner?" And, it's that you're always chasing the utopian relationship that you think you did not get growing up. You're always chasing that idea of what you thought your relationship should be with your mom. You see these other people with their relationships with their parents, and that is what you want. And so no matter how many times your mother disappoints you, you keep trying. So from that, I see both sides of that coin. So we'll talk more about it, because Lord, we spend the whole damn episode on, I feel like we spend half the episode on Monica and Lisa. I'm just drained with all of them, with both of them, honestly. So then Monica opens up about her mom. She said, we know that her mother died. Not Monica, Angie. We know that her mom passed when she was young, but what we didn't know is that her mom was an alcoholic. And she said, I see other people with their relationships with their mom, and I'm thinking about what I didn't get. So when I saw you with your mother, and I was thinking, wow, like, is that what I really missed out on? And it was really hard. So they made amends, though. They made amends, and they're actually, happy they were able to talk and clear the air. So Whitney is getting ready for her back-to-back events. Remember, we have her daughter's birthday party. That's like a Hawaiian luau situation. And then we have her pop-up shop for her jewelry line. So Lisa comes over to help her get ready for the Hawaiian luau. They have these tiki torches that they're coloring, they're decorating, whatever. And so they're doing that. When they get done, they start having this conversation. And Lisa's stance on Monica basically is, I think Monica is a horrible person. I think she's vile. And I think that she's using her, because Whitney said, well, after I found out about her relationship with her mom, it gave me a different perspective, and I feel really bad for her. And Lisa is like, yeah, I'm not buying it. Like, I'm not buying into it, and I'm not buying it. I feel like it's very convenient that she's bringing up this horrible relationship with her mother after the way she acted. I feel like it's her way of trying to excuse her behavior. I feel like the way she treated her mother was deplorable, and I didn't see her mother do anything in that moment that required that response. Y'all know I said the exact same thing last week. I agreed with Lisa. Here's the thing. In that moment, and Lisa even says this later on in the episode as well, she said, listen, I made a decision based on what I saw and what I witnessed. I don't know your whole history with your mom. So yes, that is what I said to Whitney, but I said it based on what I saw at Easter. That is it, and that is all. And based on what I saw at Easter, all I said was I would never treat my mother that way. I would never talk to my mom and treat my mom that way. I can understand where Lisa's coming from. And Lisa even said, based on what I saw. So yes, there is a history there. Now here's where I think the disconnect comes in. I think the disconnect comes in when Whitney tried to tell you, Lisa, that there was more to the story, that there were layers there, that it was complicated, and that when you're involved in a emotionally abusive relationship with somebody that you love and somebody that is supposed to love you, it is hard to break away, and it is hard to deal with it in the most appropriate way. And again, Lisa, Whitney was trying to explain that to you, and your response was very cut and dry, very unsympathetic, and very much like, well, if her mother treats her so bad, why is she around her mother? I would never talk to my mother like that. I don't care. I don't want to hear it. Whatever. So therein lies the problem, okay? I understand where Lisa's coming from based on the limited information from the Greek Easter situation. However, Whitney is trying to give you more information so you can make a better opinion. And your attitude is, I really don't care what else is there. I don't care how many other layers are there. I feel how I feel, and that's it, and that's all. And I'm not changing my opinion. Okay. So we found out Mary not going to be invited because Whitney was like, I don't even want to give Mary another opportunity to be mean to me. You know, when people say that, that always sounds so juvenile to me. She was mean to me. That is what I expect a 5-year-old to say. Like, I need you to be more articulate with your language. Why did Mary send you nasty text messages? Did you do anything to precipitate that? And was your response at that same level? I'm not answering those questions. I'm just saying, let's find a better way of articulating ourselves other than she was mean to me. That sounds so 5-year-old to me. And let's be clear. There was a lot of people acting like they were 5 years old in this episode. So, just to be clear. So Whitney, you could tell, was very shocked at Lisa's cut and dry, I don't care response to the whole thing. You could definitely tell that she was kind of like, wow, like taken aback with it. So she ended up telling Whitney about the conversation. Heather about the conversation. So we'll get to that in a minute. Heather's daughter is going to prom, and I'm happy for her. And of course, we have to get the whole in the Mormon faith. You know, my daughter almost didn't go to prom because, you know, the Mormon kids sort of shunned her, but she's got a boyfriend and he's taking her to prom. And so I'm glad that she's able to get this experience and she's able to do it like a quote unquote normal teenager and doesn't have to, you know, do it under the strict guise of the Mormon church or what have you. So that was cute. Her dress was beautiful. She looked beautiful, and that was great. I liked Whitney, Heather's little confessional look. It was looking very church mom, but it was cute. I liked her little confessional look in this episode. It was cute. So Meredith meets up with Heather, and we see that Meredith meets up with Heather, and we see that that's when she first talks about the prom or whatever, and they talk about the party, and they were saying, you know, Heather was saying how, you know, this is a party for a 13-year-old, so like maybe we need to make sure that we're not, you know, we're on our best behavior. And Meredith was like, you know what, you're right. So I think I'm just going to show up. I'm going to just drop off my gift. And then I'm just going to kind of, you know, dip out. Because I don't want no problems. I don't want to start no problems. I don't want to create no issues. And we could just leave it at that, you know. No Mary this episode. I was a little bummed by that. So then of course she has to bring up Jack's mission again. Listen, Heather, ma'am. Heather, come here. Heather. girl, I need you to get some therapy. I know you wrote the book Bad Mormon, and I think you probably are in therapy, but I need you to find some more therapy because I really need you to get over your trauma from the church. I'm not here to say there was no trauma. I'm not getting ready to say that you didn't go through or deal with or process some things. But girl, I really need you to let this go. And I don't mean let it go from your experience. I mean, let this whole thing with Jack and his mission go. You know, she started getting on the whole thing about how, and I understand, and the funny thing was I got to the bottom of it. And here's what it is. Heather did everything right under the rules of the Mormon church. She dressed how she was supposed to dress. She was a virgin. She didn't date. She married the guy. She had the kids. She did the things she was supposed to do. And just because her and her husband's relationship did not work out, she was shunned by the Mormon church. Because let's be clear, I don't want people to be like, oh, she wrote a whole book. She had already been shunned before she wrote the book. Her family had shunned her, his family, you know, all of those things have happened. And her thing is, Lisa gets to call herself a Mormon, but doesn't have to pay the dues that I paid. And she's good. Everybody, she still gets invited to the party, right? She still gets to be in the inner circle. And I've been shunned. That's what this boils down to. I'm not talking about Jack and his mission. That's another conversation. But as far as her issue with Lisa, that's what it is. Lisa gets to dress how she wants to dress. She gets to sell tequila. She gets to do all of these things that she's not supposed to do. And she is still invited to the party. Heather did all the things right. But just because her and her husband couldn't make it work as a family and she chose to walk away, boom, shunned. As far as Jack and his mission is concerned, Heather had the nerve to be mad that she didn't get invited to the brunch where they were announcing where Jack was going. Whitney and her husband were there. Angie and her husband were there. But here's the reality. And what I love that Lisa and Heather were able to talk about it and resolve it without it turning into an argument or a fight. But here's what it is. Lisa said, listen, it wasn't a big deal with me not inviting Heather. I wasn't not inviting her because I'm mad at her, because there's any type of negative energy there. I didn't invite her because I didn't feel like she would be comfortable, because she's been very clear with me that she's not okay with Jack going on a mission. I respect the fact that she went through what she went through and she feels how she feels about the church. But this is something that is exciting and for me and my family, and this is something that we are happy about. And so I just want positive vibes. I don't want to put her in that awkward situation. And I don't want Jack to feel awkward, right? So I think when Lisa explained it to Heather, Heather got it. But Heather was really upset at first. And like I said, I love the fact that they could really talk about it. And when Heather saw Jack, she congratulated him, you know, hugged him, told him great. You know, they talked a little bit about the fact that where she did her mission. And the other thing Heather said was that, you know, I don't even know if he's ready for a mission because he wasn't raised, you know, Mormon. Girl, he'll figure it out. I promise you, he ain't the first one. He is not the first Mormon kid to go out on a mission and wasn't properly prepared. He'll figure it out, Heather. It's okay. And like his father said, if you get out there and it ain't what you wanted to be, you can come home. Like, the door isn't closed, right? So we see everybody getting ready for baby girl's birthday party. She's turning 13. They got her a whole golf cart. Now, let me say this. At first, in my mind, I was thinking, that is just ridiculous. Oh my gosh, that's a lot. That is a lot. However, I have a girlfriend who lives in one of those communities. Like, it's not a gated community, but it's a very, very, very nice community, right? Where everybody has a golf cart. And they have a golf cart. And they have a community, you know, a clubhouse and all those different things. Her son, who just turned 14, actually drives the golf cart. So I had to think about it from that context of, now he don't have his own personal golf cart. It's the golf cart for the house. But it's not crazy. And like Whitney even said, now she can drive herself to her games and she can run errands. So I feel like they live in a community where golf carts are normal, where that is something that they do. Because she said it like, hey, now she can do this. So I had to think about it in the context that it was funny. And when I was visiting her one time, he literally went to a neighbor's house to go swimming. He went to go play basketball. And literally he took the golf cart to go like 4 houses down the street. You know what I mean? And it was funny and it was cute. We were laughing because she was like, girl, watch. Because he asked if he could go to his friend's house. And she said, yeah, you can go ahead. She was like, watch. She was like, we're going to look out. And we looked out the window. And like 5 minutes later, he was coming out and driving the golf cart. So I had to think about it. But it was cute. She got herself a little golf cart. She had her first glam, which was really cute. That, you know, seeing her get her little glam. And it was just a little lip gloss, a little. They gave her some eyebrows. She was excited that she had eyebrows, honey. It was cute. I thought it was really cute. And they had the party at like a at the skating rink. She got the party bus. It was like a kid's version of a party bus to pick all of them up. It had like a Hawaiian luau theme. It was cute. It was a really, really cute party. It was very age appropriate, and I think everybody looked at it, they had fun. What I love is this is a young cast. What I mean by that is we have a lot of kids. So Angie brought her kids. Lisa brought her her kids. Heather's daughters came, even though they're older. Heather's daughters came. Monica's kids came. So it was really nice to see the cast there with all the kids running around. Like Atlanta has a lot of kids right now. So that was really cute to see that aspect of it, and everybody was there. Meredith did exactly what she said she was going to do, child. Meredith came in there. She hung out for a few minutes, and then she dipped, okay? She was like, I don't even want no problems. Won't start none, won't be none. I don't even want no ish. I feel like Monica tried to side up to Meredith and start something, but Meredith got up out of there, honey. Meredith got up out of there. Heather and Lisa had their conversation. Angie let Lisa know that she had told Heather, so that's why she decided to have the conversation. To sort of clear the air. Like I said, that went really well. The conversation that went left was the Monica, because Heather was talking to Monica and telling Monica, girl, you know Lisa don't even believe don't believe what you said about your mama. And Monica was like, well, why would that even be a conversation? How'd that come up? Now here's what I don't understand. Why they don't know Whitney said it? Heather was like, well, I don't know who would have told her. Girl, it was Whitney. Whitney was the one that told you, Heather. Why wouldn't you think Whitney was the one that said something to Lisa about Monica's mom? Like, it wasn't but 3 or 4 of y'all at that event. You know Meredith ain't say nothing. If you didn't say nothing and Meredith ain't say nothing, the call is coming from in the house. So when Whitney came to you and said, girl, I was so shocked at Lisa's response. Girl, you know it was Whitney. Anyway, now I don't know if you was playing dumb, Heather, or you was just really being naive in that moment and you ain't know that was Whitney that was the one that said something. But neither here nor there. Monica and Lisa, damn it, all these names. Yeah, I was right. Monica and Lisa end up getting into, of course, an argument over her mom. Now listen. As far as I'm concerned, both of them got on my nerves. At this event and at the next event. Both of them got on my nerves. Lisa, first of all, Lisa is irritated because she feels like Monica and Angie are cool. And she said, you know, as far as I'm concerned, Angie told me that she is still mad at Monica. So I don't understand why every time I look up, her and Monica are having these conversations like they're so ace boom cool. So that's the first thing Lisa's irritated with, because she feels like she took up for Angie and she had Angie's back, and now Angie is hanging out with the enemy basically, and so she feels some kind of way about it. So then Monica and Lisa get into an argument about, and they try to keep it cool because they're at the party for the baby, but they get to arguing about how Lisa felt about her mom. And Lisa, I kind of already told y'all what Lisa said. Like, listen, girl, what I saw, you were rude to your mom. The way I saw it, like, I don't understand. Like, I do think it's very convenient that all of a sudden you're having these problems with your mom just to sort of avoid the conflict that you're having with us. And I do, I feel how I feel. Based on the information I had at the time, I feel how I feel. So Monica was like, listen, my mom is like a serial killer, okay? My kids don't like being around her and all of that. And I thought that was a lot because I'm with Lisa. Lisa was like, well, girl, then why did you bring her to the Easter? Like, why? If your kids don't like her and she's a serial killer, you compare your mama to Ted Bundy, girl, why do you bring her around? Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm with Lisa on that one. But again, I go back to what I said about when people are in a cycle of abuse. They don't always see it that way. But for people on the outside looking in, baby, I'm with Lisa. Girl, why just stop inviting her? Just stop asking her to be there. Okay? So Lisa gets up to leave because she was like, look, I mean, we at the whole party. I ain't really trying to do all of this here. But, girl, just know that I feel how I feel about it, okay? Just know I feel some kind of way about it. So that's the party. Now, the next day, we have the pop-up shop for her jewelry event. Now, she said that the jewelry event is based on all the chakras and the crystals and, you know, healing powers and all of that. So it's very spiritual for her. But it's a pop-up shop, baby. She wants people to buy the jewelry, okay? Heather can't come because Heather is getting ready for prom. It's her daughter's prom. So she's doing prom things with the daughter. We see her date picking her up and all that good stuff. So that was cute. So that's why Heather wasn't there. Meredith wasn't there because I guess Meredith just didn't want to come because, baby, they showed Meredith in her store doing inventory. Now, we know that the producers can be shady. That might not be where Meredith was, but, baby, that's what they showed us Meredith was doing, okay? So I guess Meredith just didn't want to come. I mean, it could be more than one jewelry person in Utah, Meredith. So it really only left Angie, Monica, Lisa, and Whitney. That was a recipe for disaster. Lisa, like I said, is mad at Angie because she felt like Angie is cool with Monica but don't want to say anything. And she was like, all you got to do is tell me. Like, if you're cool with Monica, all you have to do is tell me you're cool with Monica. Like, I'll accept that. But you're telling me one thing, but then when I see you, you hugging up on her, y'all are talking and kikiing, and it ain't matching. Like, your energy ain't matching. Again, I can't be mad at Lisa. Now, the producers showed us a conversation between Lisa and Angie where Angie was saying she wasn't feeling Monica and she didn't like what Monica did. So, it's not all in her head. So, Whitney gives her speech about, you know, please buy my jewelry, please buy my jewelry, please buy my jewelry. And Monica and Lisa get to arguing again. Lisa is mad and she keep cutting off Angie, making Angie, you know. And Angie said, I feel like I'm in the middle. I feel like I'm in the middle. Here's where I was getting irritated because I was honestly irritated with both of them at this point. Because neither one of them would let it go. Like, it was very tit for tat. It was very 5-year-old. It was very, I'm not going to stop talking to you. Well, I'm not going to stop talking to you. Well, I'm touching you. Well, I'm touching you too. Oh, your mama's fat. Oh, well, your mama's fat and ugly. Oh, you talking about my mama? How could you do that? That's so disrespectful for you to talk about my mama. Well, you talked about my mama. Well, if you talk about my mama, I'm going to talk about your mama. Well, whose mama we talking about then? And that is literally what they did. Listen, I'm sure it went on a lot longer than what we saw. On the episode, we saw it was 15 minutes. Because they made this episode was 1 hour and 15 minutes. And the last 15 minutes was Monica and Lisa arguing at this damn event. They was trying to do a whole sound bath. Okay? They was trying to do a whole sound bath. And the people wouldn't stop talking to the point where Whitney was about to put their asses out. Now, you know, and Whitney was mad and embarrassed. To the point where Lisa, even when it was over, Lisa was still trying to talk to Whitney. Whitney was like, girl, I'm just trying to bring up these sales, okay? I need these people to buy this jewelry. These people are in line. You are blocking the cashier. I need to go. And Lisa was like, well, let me just say one more thing. And girl, Whitney's face was like, girl. Monica leaves. Lisa leaves. And Lisa is hurt because she felt like Angie didn't have her back. And I guess she felt like Whitney didn't drop everything and listen to her. I'm over both of them if you want to know the truth of the matter. I'm sick of both of them because all the things they said to each other were just low blows and they just wouldn't stop. Like, they didn't want the other person to have the last word. So they just kept going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And it was actually draining and exhausting. Anyway, let me know what y'all think. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.